Hello, good morning, my dear friends. Today I am feeling a little sleepy, so we're going to kind of chase away those morning sleepies by finding some dynamic movement. It is good to see you back on Yoga with Paige. I am Paige, if you have not practiced with me before. We will be finding a gentle little flow to help us ease into the day, kind of wake up the body, invigorate the mind, very, very gently. So whenever you're ready, we get started in an easy seat that feels comfortable. Before we begin our movement, we'll first take a few breaths in whatever position you've chosen. Just feeling the lungs inflate, feeling the belly rise and fall. Just coming into this new day, this new morning. Noticing how you feel. Maybe you've just woken up, or maybe you've been up for a little bit. Not forcing your breath to be any way, letting it go. Taking a few more rounds of breath, maybe closing the eyes. And on your next inhale, gently blink them open. Gently shift your gaze to the right, peeking over the right shoulder. Back through center, moving very slowly over to the left. Just moving in your own time. Taking one more round, one more peek over each shoulder. And then we meet in neutral spine. So when we have our gaze straight ahead, we're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let the head roll to the right side. Then back in towards the chest and over to the left. Now waking up the back of the neck. Maybe feeling this stretch radiate all the way down the spine. Still sitting up nice and tall. Evening out both sides. You can lift the gaze back up. Take one big breath in. Exhale it out. Sweep this right arm overhead, kind of reach, and then cross it in front of the chest. So inhale, reach up, and exhale, cross it over. Taking about 5 of these. And then once we've completed our 5th round, we're going to find a little bit of a static stretch here. So just reaching over, spiraling the chest open, lifting it up high. Reaching with the fingertips. And then returning back to center, switching sides. Inhale, left arm comes overhead. Exhale, crosses in front of the chest. So we're basically finding just big shoulder circles here. Lubricating the joint. This feels great in the morning. Or any time of day, really. And then finding your 1 to 2 breath static stretch. Beautiful. Lifting back up to center, uncrossing the legs, and gently scooting back into a little child's pose. Taking the toes together, reaching the fingertips out, melt the heart down. You can steeple the fingers here, find a little bit of a sway. And if we want to widen the knees to give yourself a little bit more room to sway kind of back and forth, maybe we plant the hands and really feel length on the sides of the arms as well. Find what feels good to you here. Beautiful. And then pressing through the hands to lift up, coming into tabletop, aligning our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees. Inhale, cow. Big breath in, gaze up at the sky, ground down through the tops of the feet. Exhale, press away from the mat, around the back. Big breaths here. Grip through the fingers. Maybe taking some spinal rolls. If we want to add some fun in. Or we can stay with traditional cat-cow. Finishing out with about one more round. And then we're going to tuck the toes, send the hips up, and gently come into a downward facing dog, creeping the hands forward, kind of pedaling out the feet a little bit, waking up the backs of the legs, really reaching the crown towards the hands and the hips up. Trying to find length, reaching the heels down. It's okay if they don't meet. We can always keep a little bend in the knees if we need to. Then ground down through the left foot, kick the right back up, three-legged dog. Bend the knee and make big circles with the knee. Pretend like you're drawing huge circles with the knee. Just open up, lubricate the hips. Doesn't matter really what it looks like, just that it feels good. When you're ready, we're going to step this right foot in between the hands. I'm going to squish this little ant here. In between the hands and lift up. We're in a nice runner's lunge. Our fingertips are still on the mat. Reaching the left heel back. Lift the chest. And then gently begin to rock back and forth. Getting a nice stretch in the calf and the bottom of the feet. A few little rocks. Coming back to the sound and feeling of your breath. Plant the palms. Gently step through into plank and slowly lower down onto the belly, untucking the toes. Planting the hands right by the shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, forehead comes to mat. So connect to the core here. Press away, use the hands to press away, but also finding some strength in the abdominals and the lower back. Being careful not to crunch the neck, trying to keep the shoulders down. Just a few breaths here. And when you're ready, we'll tuck the toes and gently meet back in downward facing dog. Pressing up, pedaling those feet out. Finding your downward facing dog. Left leg sweeps up behind. Bend the knee and circle it out. Maybe we're feeling a little bit more awake now. Maybe we're feeling a little bit more open physically or alive mentally. And then step that left foot up in between the hands. Our big runner's lunge up on the fingertips. Take a moment to find your position before gently begin rocking back and forth. Keeping the chest high, finding space for yourself. Big breath in, greet the day. We're here, we're alive. Exhale. Amazing. And plant the hands. Step that left foot back and come down gently onto the knees. Going to sit back on the heels, a little Thunderbolt Pose. Taking a moment to maybe notice how we feel right now as we begin to end our practice. Inhale, reach up, arms come high. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Finding your own sense of flow here, really just seeing how open we can physically make ourselves. Sometimes it translates into the mental. It can help us get a little bit more motivation for the day and just begins our morning feeling off good. We started off right. So whenever you feel you've twisted it out enough, you can come back, bringing hands to heart center. And we can end this practice with a few moments of quiet mindfulness. Maybe setting an intention or choosing an affirmation for your day that you would like to carry with you. Anything that comes to mind. Or we can just be with our breath in the beautiful gift of the present, the here and now. And if you're still with me, you can take one big final breath together. Reach the arms up, take your gaze up to the sky. Fill the belly with air, the biggest breath you've taken all morning. Reach for everything, all of that goodness, bring it in. Exhale. Sealing this practice in. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today, working out those little morning sleepies. If you enjoyed this class, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know how you liked it down below. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button to never miss more daily Yoga with Paige. Yoga, mindfulness, meditation classes. Let's get to feeling good together. And it started today, right now. I'm proud of you for getting on the mat, and I thank you for allowing me and choosing me to be your guide. It truly is an honor, and I look forward to the next time we meet.